You know what to do?
Yes.
Okay, guys, let's have a look. So today we're going to do 2L quadratic equation of this form. Let me just think. Have you guys done quadratic in year 8?
Yeah.
Tiny bit, probably. What is quadratic? What does the word mean?
Four.
Quad something.
Huh?
Quad something.
Yeah, in general, yes. But quadratic in math from now on is the highest power of the prenumeral is 2. What does prenumeral mean? Which we'll talk about
The letter.
later, right? So you can see here x squared, x squared, x squared. So I've got 2 here, 2 here, 2 here. The highest power is 2. So in this case, we call that quadratic equation. Way more detail later on in term 2, term 3. But so far, that's all we need to know. If I write down something like this, is it quadratic or not?
Yeah.
I've got 2 there. Is it 2 or not?
Yeah.
Sorry, is it quadratic or not?
Yeah.
Let's go back to it. Highest power of prenumeral. What's the highest power there?
3.
It's 3, right? So this one is not quadratic, which we'll do later. It's called cubic, which we'll do later. Okay? Okay, so far, all we have to understand is the highest power is 2. 2, 2, 2. Is that okay? I'll give you a minute to write, just write down that sentence. A quadratic equation is one in which the highest power of the prenumeral is 2. Just a minute, just to write down that sentence. Then we move on. Now I need to write down more, just that sentence. And highlight, what do you think the most important word in that sentence is?
2.
Anybody? 2, yes. What else is important? Highest power, very good, highest. Can you maybe circle or highlight that word? Close the door. Highest power is 2. Let's move on. Now, no need to copy down this yet. I will give you time when I think it's necessary, right? To write things down. Just think about this first one first. 2x squared equals 18. In the past, or in the last few weeks, we did this sort of thing, right? Right, last few lessons, we did this sort of thing. We're looking for x, right? Here, obviously, with all equations, we're solving for x or solving for y, right? Now, 2x squared equals 18. So you think, okay, I'm going to consider this as 1 unit. Like 2 times something is 18. 2 times what is 18? 2 times 9 is 18, very good, right? 2 versus 6. 2 times 9 is 18, right? Okay, so x, so no need to write down first, right? So can we visualize in our head, x squared equals 9? Make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, if x squared equals 9, what does that mean?
4.5. X.
Really?
No,
That's how many.
3.
What does that mean?
3 squared.
Very good. What does that mean?
3.
Means
It's
something.
times by itself.
Something, very good. Something times something twice give me 9, right? Yes?
Yep.
So focus, make sure I'm still focusing. These are the important parts. Once you get this done, the rest is easy.
Yeah.
3 times 3 is 9. Now let's go back and ask another question. Are there any other possibilities? Let's think really hard. Yes, 3 times 3 is 9. What could be other possibilities? Something times something is 9, and those numbers have to be the same. Perfect. -3, right? We know from year 7 that negative times negative is positive. And we know that -3 times -3 will produce a 9. Yes? Yeah? Good. Very good. Okay. You guys understand so far? The idea? Let's have that picture in mind. Let's talk about a little bit more. 2x squared equals 0. So 2 times what equals 0?
0.
0, which means x squared equals 0. You guys follow?
Yeah.
So if x squared equals 0,
0.
what's x?
0.
Very good. People follow? X equals 0. I'm not writing down proper working out yet. Those ones I'm going to write down proper working out, right? At the moment, we just think about the ideas. 2 times what? Give me negative 18.
Negative 9.
Negative 9, very good. Nice and quick.
Thanks.
You get a gold star.
What times what will give me negative 9? And those numbers have to be the same. Let's be a tricky one. Or ask yourself, are there any situations or possibilities I times 2 number twice and have to be the same number, square number, give me negative? Is there a possibility?
No.
No, right? When a square number, I always get positive. Yes? So this cannot be done. All good?
Yeah.
All right, now let's move on now.
No.
Okay,
Improper equation.
today, Angus,
X is
today I put the question into
spicy. No what?
more spicy and more chili. You like that?
Oh yeah, the mild one.
Let's do the mild one first.
Are we doing the orange one?
Okay.
Oh. Oh, okay. Why isn't the wrong two? Why not?
Okay, 3,
See where it's highlighted?
2,
Yeah.
1. Okay, let's do the first one first.
What?
5.
Whatever working out I'm going to write on the board now, not those 3 questions which will investigate what's going on, right? The questions and the proper, these are the actual examples. Whatever working out I'm going to write now, that's the working out I want you guys to follow, and in exam, obviously. Okay, x squared equals 25.
Square root 5 is 5.
This one is quick and nice and easy. You can just write like that. Now, I'm going to make a point here. This symbol means
Positive
plus,
and negative.
minus. Means my answer is 5 and negative 5. But instead of writing both individually, you can use that notation. Is that okay? So from now on, start to get used to the symbol. Whenever I have 2 cases, positive 5 and negative 5, just write like that. It's just notation and symbol. Okay, I'm gonna move on. Shh, boys. Okay, 2 squared equals 19. Maybe I should make it 19. I should make it 18. I'll make it a little bit easier for now.
3.
So x squared equals 9. People okay? And x equals plus minus 3. Everybody still happy?
Yep.
Not sure? Good? Okay, excellent. Number 3.
Sir,
Question.
why did you change the 18 to 19? 19 to 18?
Good question. I'm going to, when we do number 4, you will see. So I just want to make the question a little bit easier for now. Yep, excellent question. Okay.
No.
Guys, don't talk this. Now, 1 over 5, the fraction times what? Give me 20. Are you guys can do this in your head or?
No.
1 over 5 times what will give me 20?
100.
100, very good. Because 1 over 5 times 100 is 20, right? How do I get How did I get the 100? 20 divided by that. Is it okay? Think like this. Something times something is 20. So x squared equals 20 over 1 over 5. And divided by a fraction, we said many times change divided into times. Fraction upside down. I'm writing down extreme detail. Is that okay? I need to move on. I will come to answer your questions individually after this. Otherwise, just keep slowing down. Okay, number 4, let's have a look. X squared equals 17. Now this is what I mean now. This is after we've done this question, you will see why I changed this question, this number to be the easier one, all right?
Yeah.
Now x squared equals 17. Think about it. This one's like 9, 16, 25, 100. Those are the easy numbers, right? Can I think of number in my head
73.
that gave me 17 when I multiply those numbers twice? Is the number? No.
4.1.
So we're going to write like this.
4.123, sir.
We're going to write like this. Plus minus square root of 17.
So it's just not an ugly number.
It's, we call it thirds. We're going to do that in another topic later on.
That's just cheap.
Can't you do that for every single answer?
Plus,
Technically get the
minus,
right answer?
yes. Technically is plus minus square root of 25. And that is 5.
So why even bother doing it when you can just go plus minus square root of 25? Still technically get the right answer.
But square root of 25 is 5, right?
Yeah, so you can technically get the right answer every single time without actually figuring
Now,
out the square root of 25.
whereas this one, we can't go anymore.
So we can.
Well, obviously we can write decimal places, but in terms of exact answer, this is the exact answer. By the way, get used to this term, get used to this expression. Many times in an exam, the question was the exact answer. As soon as you write down 4 point something something, because square root of 17 is 4 point something something. Because 4 times 4 is 16, right? As close as enough. As close enough will be 4 point something something give me 17, right? But as soon as I write down 4 point something something, it's not exact anymore. It's going to be approximate. So if the question asks you to write exact, that is the way to write. Okay, let's move on. Number 5. I'm going to get rid of this 3. How do I get rid of this 3?
Why does 21 by 3?
Very good. So x squared equals 7. That's easy. 3 times 7 is 21, right? Then x is plus minus square root of 7.
Oh, yeah.
So the seems really cheap. That's really cool.
Okay, I don't need to come in straight. Okay, number 6. X squared minus 64 is 0.
Take the 64 outside the x.
Take the 64 to the right hand side. Very good. Just like when we saw basic equations in the past, we want to have the letter on the left hand side, number on the right hand side.
So x is.
So we have x squared equals 64, x equals plus minus
8.
8. Well done.
Yeah, I knew that.
Yeah, but I said it works.
Okay. Number 7. Before we add more chili. Number 7.
Spicy?
X squared equals
7.
negative 7, right?
Damn it.
What does that mean? We said just now. What does that mean?
X equals the square root of negative
Can't
7.
do it.
Can't be negative.
So we call
X
it.
is the square root of negative 7.
We call it
Thirds.
no solution.
That's not spicy.
At this stage, there's no solution.
Yeah, this
What do you mean?
Later on, if you are brave, you go into the extension 2, there is a solution in year 12.
Isn't that like 4 years?
Just like in primary school, we tell kids, oh, there's no negative numbers. It's not right, right? There's negative numbers.
How do you know, sir?
Try extension 2 in year 12, you will see.
Isn't that like
So
four
what you have to
units?
do is
You just get the square root of it and write what's the numbers.
Wait, isn't that like 4 units?
For it's called imaginary
Come on,
numbers.
show us.
It's called imaginary numbers. Okay. All right. Shh. It's 2 o'clock now. We need to keep moving on, guys. Okay. Let's add more chili.
Spicy?
No.
Okay. Well, it's not really spicy, but just
So it's
a
tender.
little bit harder. Okay.
Actually,
Make sure you're still focusing. I'm not going to keep asking. All right, number 8. Number 8, we have this, right? What do you do with the 5? Or negative 5? What do you do?
Move it to the other side.
Move to the other side becomes
Positive.
positive 5. Very good.
13, right?
Whoa.
Let's go.
I've written down in extreme detail, Harry. Don't let me ask again.
Fine.
X equals 3.
Alright, 3x squared equals 12. Obviously, x squared equals 4. X equals plus minus 2.
Oh,
Does the logic make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? Okay, now the question says x is greater than 0, but we get a negative case. So all you have to do is x equals 2. You get rid of the negative case just because the question has that condition there. Write down the reason within bracket. The reason being x is greater than 0. But if the question doesn't have that condition, obviously you leave 2 possible answers. All good?
how'd you get 4?
How did I get 4? 3 times what is 12?
4.
20.
Question answered?
36.
3 times what is 12?
Oh.
Excellent.
12.
Okay, move on. This one, if I were you, this one's a bit strange. X is in the middle, right? Normally, X is the front. Now, what do I have to do is I'm going to cover that. I go 13 minus what? Give me 3. Can we work it in your head? Wonderful. So x squared is 10. X is plus minus square root of 10. Now you look at the condition. I want x to be smaller than 0. So I'm going to get rid of the positive case. Therefore, x is negative 10. Reason x is smaller than 0.
I get it. What does a dot mean?
Therefore. Good? Is it spicy or not spicy? Very spicy. Oh my. Okay.
Sir, if you put
Yeah, ask. Question.
where are you confused?
I want to hear the question.
Yeah.
So I'm expecting silent. Yeah, go.
Oh wait, never mind.
Never mind. Hayden, do you have a question?
He's okay. He thinks like.
Do you have a question, Hayden? Okay.
Wait.
Yep. Ask me later. That's fine. We're almost done, guys. Okay. Shh. I'm not going to talk if you're talking. Solve the unknown side for B. Before getting into today's content for this question, algebra,
45.
when I look at this question, right? When I look at this sort of shape, what's my mind thinking?
Pythagoras theorem.
Fantastic. Why is that?
It's triangle.
It's a triangle. What sort of triangle is this?
Right angle
It's a
triangle.
right angle triangle. Well done. It is a right angle triangle. Hayden, did you say Pythagoras? Oh, you said
Nah, that was
Pythagoras.
me.
Okay, you said Pythagoras.
That's the math episode.
What is Pythagoras?
A squared plus B squared is C squared.
What's C squared? What's C? What's A?
Nine.
What's B?
9. C's 9.
C is 9. Why C is 9?
Longer one.
Shortest side.
The longest side.
Yeah, longer
The
side.
hypotenuse is opposite
get the area, I can't get the surface area.
I'm waiting.
I know how to get the area.
I'm waiting. Okay. This one is the hypotenuse, right? How do I know that one's hypotenuse? It's opposite to the right angle. I know we're doing algebra today. It's a bit of geometry in this question. And it's good to revise a little bit because that's our first topic next term. So based on where the information is being given, we can write down as 5 squared plus b squared equal to 9 squared. Do you agree or not?
Yeah.
Yeah, totally.
That is a representation of Pythagorean theory in this context. Yeah? Okay. Now, b squared equals 9 squared, what?
Minus 5.
squared.
Minus 5 squared. B squared is
Or minus
81 minus 25. B squared equals, what is it?
54.
50.
4.
57.
I think it's 56.
Good job, Ahan.
And
Right.
Okay.
Let's go. I'll see how close my guess was.
Therefore, obviously, b equals plus minus square root 56. However,
It's 9.
what context we are talking? We're talking about the
Area.
length.
yes.
The length of the triangle obviously can't be negative, right? We're talking about the measurement. So,
That's a good guess.
b cannot be negative.
7.4.
Now, I'll give you a minute or two maximum to write it down if you need.
Okay.
Is that a question or not?
So I got
If it's a toilet, don't ask.
I was going to the toilet.
Wait.
You having fun there, aren't you?
Okay, one more minute.
Wait, what?
Sir? Breakfast.
Wait.
One more minute. If you're asking other question, I'll ask to stop and I'm not going to answer. If it's something related to this, yes. Extra chili.
The Martha
Sorry.
and curry. Korean spicy
Don't
noodle
worry
soup.
too much. When I walk around, just ask me again. Extra spicy.
Oh.
How about?
I'm white.
How about? I will do the first one, question 11. Then you guys have a try. Question 12. Joe, can you stop? How many times I'll ask you today?
Too many.
You guys see me after this, right?
Don't worry, he's done.
Okay. Let's go back to a few weeks ago. When it comes to solving equations, what is my general goal?
To solve the equation.
Keep the
Algebra.
X on the left side.
Well done. What is it?
X on the left side.
X on the left hand side and the numbers,
on the right hand
I
side.
move to the right hand side. Is this X stuff already on the left hand side?
Yep.
Yep. I'm not gonna do anything, I just copy down. This X stuff at the moment is on the right hand side, right?
Yeah.
We agreed we need to move to the left hand side. I will have to change sign. At the moment it's positive or negative.
Positive.
Once I move to the left hand side becomes not spicy at all, right? Now what do I do with the numbers?
Move to the right hand side. So make it negative.
4.
Move your hands.
Plus, negative, minus.
Somebody tell me. Somebody tell me.
4 minus 7.
4 minus 7. Well done.
Go, baby.
Looks hot. It's pretty mild, right?
That's just
True.
negative. So is that just
Making me hungry now, actually. Okay.
I am too.
so So is that just negative x equals negative 3?
Okay.
Right.
Hold on. I'll keep questions at the end. Now, -3 times something give me -3. So the something has to be 1. How did I get the 1? Big question then. That's how I get the 1. The right hand side divided by the left hand side. I'm talking about important information. So make sure you are focusing. The right hand side divided by the left hand side. That's how I get the 1. Then obviously x equals plus minus 1. Then you go back to the question, have a look at the condition. When x is smaller than 0, we keep x equals 1 because x is smaller than 0.
Why are you sure that it's a negative? This is so easy.
Sorry, we keep x is negative 1.
Yeah, no, so why isn't that? Why isn't
Question,
that
Kevin.
in?
So why does it say x squared equals 1 and then x equals plus minus 1? Like where did
Okay.
the squared go?
Good. So let's go back to our very, very, very basic, like the beginning of today. This thing basically means what times what give me 1. And that what have to be the same number.
That was my laptop.
Very disappointing to say. So 1 times 1 give me 1, right? And -1 times -1 give me 1. That's where it comes from here to here. Okay? So when you find it to be confusing, just ask yourself, what does that mean? That means the same number has times by itself twice, give me 1. Question? All good?
How does minus 3 equal 1?
Huh?
How does minus 3 equal
Minus 3 over minus 3.
It's -3 times 1 give me -3. I'm not saying -3 equals 1. I'm saying -3 times what give me -3.
Oh, okay.
Yay!
Okay, you can stop. Thank you.